It's Wednesday, and welcome to the Blitz Pickup. We have a few things to talk about, like Zach Sieler and his worth, OTAs again, of course, and our ongoing hot topic of are our trenches good enough? We'll add some more things in along the way. You know how we do. So let's get this going and bring up Tony and Lou.
Jess, what they do,
What?
Jess?
What's up?
Oh, listen,
You said my name like you were about to say something.
Hey, listen, yeah, I don't like the way you just said Zach Sieler with no energy. Like he's not important. I'm already. Maybe you didn't see the thumbnail, but I'm a little hot right now. I had to dedicate a full thumbnail to Zach Sieler, so I need you to put a little bit more energy in saying Zach Sieler name. You feel me?
All
Lou,
right,
what's good, Lou?
Huh? Ain't nothing. What's good, Jess? What's good, Tom?
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, man, another day in paradise. You already know what time it is.
Yes, it is. If I start yelling today, man, y'all know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? It pissed me off. But
Oh, I thought you were talking about supposed game one or whatever that thing was going on tonight.
Oh, Vamos got those, baby. Shout out to Lou for Vamos got going down. Y'all know what time it is. I forgot, I'm talking to a dude where you at right here. You know what I'm saying? We gave him a first round exit 2 years in a row. So if y'all wonder why his voice seemed a little down, you gotta watch the eventual champs, you know what I'm saying? 2-time champs, back to back. Go to work today. So yeah, man.
Well, what's crazy you brought that up. I've already watched the team in Florida win back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. That's crazy.
How long ago that was? What year that was?
Well, I believe that was 2021 and 22, I believe.
Hey, man, this is 25 right now, man.
Well, it's cool. It also in 2004, it went swimming as well down here in the Gulf of America.
2004, okay, man. 2004, man. God,
hey, were y'all playing hockey in Sunrise in 2004?
No, we was in Miami Arena.
Well, that explains it. That explains it.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, these leaders, what have you done for me lately? So, chill out. But what's up, Jeff? What we got, man?
What's up? I don't know. You seem so energized about Zach Sieler, so I guess let's talk about it now. How much is he worth to you, since it seems like an important topic?
I don't know if you want me to start because I heard a couple of people talking. I'm a little pissed off. So I don't know. You want me to start? You want Lou to start? Lou, you want me to fire it up or what? What you want me to do?
No, go ahead. Take off.
All right. So, I'm wait till you rebuttal. But look, the first thing I was listening, and y'all know I brought it up last show about no people are not making a big enough deal about him not showing up, being that's out of his character, right? Then I'll be making my rounds and listen to certain YouTube channels, and I heard shout out to my homeboy TD, right? TD said he had him on us, say he if the Dolphins basically he was open to them trading him, right? And I was like, what? Then I'm in the spaces. It was I'm trying to forget who space it was, but anyways, right? And they was making it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And everyone was willing to move off of him. Well, not everyone, but I heard certain individuals ready to move off of him. And they putting a lot of emphasis on these young D tackles as if they already have proven themselves. I really don't like that mindset that we having. And I don't like the lack of respect. I was talking with shout out to the dude that's never on the internet, EM, the other day in the space. And he had asked me about it. He had asked me about it, and I'm like, yo, I don't think people are paying attention to this. That man, let me break this down to y'all real quick, right? Before I start yelling at these people. But I'm gonna get a little attention for it. That man, first of all, he does everything the right way. He comes in, keep his head down, don't complain, right? And he's on the super team friendly deal. Super team friendly deal. Now, if you look at it, this is last year on his contract, right? Well, at least in terms of guaranteed money, right? And then think about he played on that super friendly deal. He watched the dude that he outplayed. I ain't gonna say clearly outplayed, but he outplayed Christian Wilkins. Go in the open market and get $27 million a year. No complaints now. He didn't complain. And then you got us in this situation, which I think we shouldn't even be close to where we are with him right now because of the loyalty he showed to this franchise, this should have been a no-brainer. I would give this the only path that I'm giving him. Maybe, just maybe, and I'm gonna let Lou answer after this, right? Just maybe they're waiting until they get the Ramsey thing situated and see what they can recruit from that. And that's how they move forward. But I know one thing. No one, including John Smith, no one about to get a red cent until Zach Sieler is taken care of and he get whatever he wants. So hopefully, and I want to know what's wrong. I'm getting kind of worried with Ramsey, by the way. I'm going to ask that a little later. But hopefully, the only reason that we in this position right now is because that Ramsey situation, but they need to go ahead and take care of Zach Sieler. You know what I'm saying? And last thing before I let Lou go, right? And think about this. This is probably his last opportunity to get a big payday because he's I think he's 29 right now or approaching 30, I believe.
Yeah, he's probably going to be 30 sometime during the season or even before the season.
So thinking from that standpoint, like, listen, man, I did all I could. I've been humble. I haven't been complaining. I did everything I can. But listen, time is of the essence at this point. So y'all need to get the ball rolling. So hopefully they don't mess this up. I'm telling you, there will be no comeback from this. But man, go ahead, Lou, bro, because I'm a little pissed off.
I mean, yeah, listen, I think we all agree that Zach Sieler deserves a pay raise. I heard Jess bring up something when she opened up with the question of what's he worth. I think that's the bigger question. And I think once we get into that, I don't think people might like my answer, right? Because I'm going to keep the same energy for everybody, right? I don't think there's a D tackle in the game that's worth 26, 27, 28, like what the numbers we're seeing. If I'm going to say that and I said everybody, I don't believe Zach Sieler is one of them players neither. Now, what is he making now? Like 12, 13? I'm willing to go 10. Up, right? I'm willing to give him a substantial amount of money. But for the people, because I heard Tone, I was in that same space that you were in, and I also heard people say, give him what he wants. Yeah. Well, that can't be the case neither. Because let's say he's asking for 30. Listen, as much as I love Zach Sieler, right? I'm not going to 30.
Yeah, right? At 30 now, 30 is kind
of I'm not going to 28. So I think for me, that's the bigger question, the one that Jess asked, like what he's worth. I guess I'll start it. Because Tone, I know you probably want to go real crazy on this. I listen, if he's at 12 and a half now, 18, 19, 20, right? But once we start getting higher over the 20s, I feel less uncomfortable, right? I'm just going to say like 20 is good for me, but the 21, 22, 23, listen, man, again, I think y'all talk more with y'all heart than with y'all's heads at that point. But Jess, Anton, I'm interested to kind of where's y'all's head at? I would say somewhere for me, 18 to 20 is the sweet spot for Zach Sieler.
Jess, you cool with 18 to 20 for Zach Sieler?
I'm okay with that. I'll meet you in the middle, 19.
19. All right, man. So now y'all done lost. I got it. I mean, listen, if he asks for like 20, if he asks for like, okay, once he get past, I'll say 22, then I'm gonna be like, all right, man, we got to chill. You get what I'm saying? No, I ain't gonna say chill, but I'm gonna be like, all right, that's probably the max. But if you saying you don't think he should get above 20 or if 18, yes, right, would be the, what you call it, will be the sweet spot for him. Yes, 18. But if he wants 20, 22, I'm not mad at that either. You know what I'm saying? So please, no one get this misconstrued. He's earned that money. Like literally earned his money. Now, I'm glad you said what is he worth. Because I did some real late research. Right. So I want to ask a question. And I want people to answer this question. I want to ask a question real quick. Right? How many people that we've signed so far, right? Let's say the last 4 or 5 years is worth what we gave them. How many? We could go Brian Flores era and Mike McDaniel era. Y'all want me to start running off some names? Because I did a little homework, right? So Tua, biggest contract in history. Is he worth that?
Nah, he's not.
Got the biggest contract in history. 2 games in, the year after, he's injured.
Nah.
They pay him, right?
Right.
And I was the biggest advocate. Let him pay on that 5th year option because he haven't earned it. Cool. This one, I mean, Tyreek. I want a real answer. Do y'all think Tyreek worth that money?
Well. See.
What about the second? Go ahead.
No. Forget about the second or whatever. Like Tyreek's played 3 seasons in Miami.
Yes.
He led the league in receiving yards 2 out of the 3.
2 out of 3. That's a 100% fact. Yes.
Yes, he's worth the money he got.
Okay, cool. I got yes down here too. I'll do it.
Okay.
I got yes.
Just
said this. Just
yeah. You see.
I'm only saying
if
because of his off-field acts, like his antics are.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because when I put yes, I have an asterisk by my yes because all these people that get paid, there's ifs behind it. Because yes, the yarders are all good, right? And led the league inside. But Lou, hasn't he not folded in the big time games as we said Tua did?
That too.
I mean, that's a fact.
So have he not had a drop in all the big time games, drop touchdowns? You get what I'm saying?
He has.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Yes, he's right. I'm not mad at that, right? But listen, that man folded. You know, and I'm clear, like you touchdown, right in your hand, drop, and you're the highest paid. Cool, but I'm not going too much harp on that one, right? Jalen Ramsey, he worked that contract.
Hell no.
Paid them. They paid Jalen Ramsey. I want y'all to get this through y'all thick heads, right? Because I'm not letting these people slide on that Zach Sieler. They paid a
little wild.
They paid Ramsey after a half a season. The dude got injured as soon as he got here. Had a half a season. What he had 3 interceptions that year. 2 came against the Raiders. 1 was against the Patriots. They made him the highest paid cornerback after that. That's all he had to do.
Hey, Tone, not to get off subject real quick.
Go ahead.
But I seen on Twitter today. I put it in the Jumbotron in one of the Twitter spaces I was in. So you just said the Raiders and Patriot game for Jalen Ramsey. Now remember, I'm the one that highlighted that since Jalen Ramsey has been here, it's only been the Raider and Patriot game I can remember him doing something in. Right? We both agreed with that. There was a dude on Twitter with a hype video of Jalen Ramsey, right? And the post said, I don't know why y'all all have turned on Jalen Ramsey. He's a dog. He's given us his heart and soul, right? And then the hype video, all it is 70% of Jalen Ramsey walking in and out of the tunnel, right? And the other 30% is the 2 interceptions against the Raiders and the 1 interception against the Patriots. That's crazy. But go ahead, my bad, Tone. I just thought that was wild.
This is what I'm saying. You know what? For just as many interceptions we got him getting cooked just as well. And I'm talking about bad, not like players get beat. I'm talking about cooked terrible to where you can't be the highest paid cornerback and get cooked like that, right? On multiple occasions. So that's Ramsey. Now I'm still going. I just stopped, right? Y'all don't forget we brought in Bradley Chubb. Y'all think he worth that money we paid him?
No.
Because he got paid and they had 1 healthy season. Well, 4 healthy seasons because of the first one. Is he worth it? I'm just trying to ask questions. Is he worth that money? Because when he got paid, got injured. Jalen Waddle. Y'all know I mess with Jalen Waddle. I'm a big advocate of Jay Waddle. I'm a big fan of him. I got his jersey. He got paid and had didn't he have his worst season last year?
Well, again, listen.
Listen. No excuses, Lou.
No. But I can't. I'm not gonna let y'all get away with that. Cause shout out to the homie TD. I was in the chat earlier when he went live too. And shout out to the homie. But you and TD are acting crazy when y'all talking about Jalen Waddle not being. Well, maybe not you, but I heard TD is he a number 1 and stuff.
No. I never disrespected him like that. No,
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. But TD was posing the question, right? And again, shout out. But when I hear that, I'm just, and people in the chat were even saying, like, going off teams where Jalen Waddle would be a number 1 on their team. I'll say this. Jalen Waddle has been here, 4 years? His first year as a rookie, he had nothing on the other side of him, right? He had 1,000 yards, barely over 1,000. Cool. His second year, they brought in Tyreek Hill, right?
Yeah.
And the facts remain, right? Forget about his yardage, that 1,300-yard season, Tone. What I'm saying is, for the people that come up and is he a number one and is he this, is he that? Show me the receiver in the league that is coming into their second season after being drafted in the first round, that their team that drafted them trades for Tyreek Hill, and the coach and quarterback both self-admittedly say they were force-feeding the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Right.
I'm sorry, bro. Of course numbers are going to go down. They're telling you that no matter if I'm open or this, that, and the third for Jalen Waddle, the ball's not going to him. I'm sorry. I'm not the type of person to hold that against Jalen Waddle.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you said that.
See what I'm saying? So
I'm
in
glad
that
you said
scenario,
that.
I would say he is worth the money he's making.
Okay, then let me tell you why I disagree with him. And I'm a big Waddle fan. Jalen Waddle didn't get paid after 2022. He got paid after 2023. So last year is what you judged him on when they said they wasn't going to force feed Tyreek no more.
Absolutely, but they also paid him though, right, for what he had did.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. Follow me. I'm just not a Jalen Waddle. Hey, they have paid him for what he was doing, but I'm asking you, after you paid him, right? Was he worth it? And I'm giving you reasons, right? Remember why they shouldn't have a prop. Zach Sieler shouldn't even have to wait this long. You get what I'm saying? Because they paid all these guys, right? And Waddle followed up with his worst season of his career after getting paid.
Absolutely, but his quarterback only played 11 games as well.
How many paid in 2022?
I don't know. I would have to go back and look that up.
He played 11 that year, right? Or 12. Don't forget, he missed all the games. That was his best season, 2022. Tua was out for 4 or 5 games that year too. Remember, Teddy Bridgewater came in the Minnesota game. That's the game he had that crucial fumble. You remember? I believe Zach Wilson was the one that finished the game. The Green Bay game. You remember he didn't play after the Green Bay game. So Tua missed a couple of games. I think 4 or 5 games that season. He still had his best season, right? And this is not the cook Jalen Waddle. I'm bringing up all these because there's no excuse.
Jalen Waddle also missed games too, though, right?
That's what I'm saying. You got paid and you get injured. That's what I'm saying. All this, these are all now, mind you, these are all what Zach Sieler is watching. These are the dudes that got paid, and this is what they give you after you get paid, right? Cool. And let's get off Waddle because I'm not. Well, you know what I'm saying. I'm not really gonna kill him. Austin Jackson. Has he had a healthy season since he got his contract?
Who?
Austin Jackson.
No.
Been injured ever since he got his contract. Paid them, right?
Y'all forgot. But again, see, this is where I'm just trying to figure out what is our basis of this conversation.
The basis of this conversation is why is Zach Sieler waiting?
Well, again, to your point, I think you already answered that question in the opening, right? We don't have the money to the upgrade or to what we're going to give him. We don't have that money yet, so we just got to sit and wait. Well, I believe once Jalen
technically they do have his money, Lou. Yes, they do. Now, I said I'm giving that out. Remember, you give him an extra contract. You put that open up more space. You remember, you could formulate that contract.
I'm with you.
However you want. So no, that's what I'm saying. I listen. I really went over all these scenarios. There is really no excuse. I'm just giving them benefit of the doubt. And not because why is he not showing up? He understands this. If I understand this, he understands this as well. All these dudes got paid.
He could be on vacation. It's voluntary.
Could be, but that's not what he do. That's not a Zach Sieler move. Zach Sieler don't go on vacation when it's time to put in work.
But things change again. It's voluntary.
Not bad for him. I'm not saying I'm not bad. I'm just saying it's a reason he's doing these things. It's not like we should not overlook it and say, well, you know, he like what you're doing right now is like kind of downplay. Well, we know Zach Sieler, he could be on vacation.
Well, but again, I think what you're doing is a little bit of an overreaction.
No, I'm not. So tell me one lie that I made. That I said.
No, I'm just saying when you say
I can't overreact when I'm telling the truth.
No. What I'm saying is you're saying I'm just saying was voluntary and things like I'm showing it off. And I think on the other turn or on the other hand, you're making it seem like the Dolphins are just not going to pay him. We don't know that to be the case.
Listen, I'm not saying they not going to pay. What I'm saying is they better pay him. He should.
Okay,
first of all, he shouldn't. Zach Sieler shouldn't have to wait on what you're doing with Ramsey. You remember? You said this last show.
Well,
treat everyone fair, but don't treat everyone the same. And that what I said that is a great quote because some people are different. It's not fair for him to have to wait for whatever Jalen Ramsey got going on.
Now, Dre does have a point though.
What?
Says, man, if we're doing a soft rebuild or whatever y'all be claiming, I'm sorry to say, but Sieler can bounce. Hey, man, hey.
Well,
I mean, there's an argument to be made on that.
No, there ain't no argument to be made because we know Dre want to tank the right way. He want to lose every game. He wants to lose every single game.
I get
he
it.
wants us to have the worst backup, right? So, yeah, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, I've always looked at it from the standpoint is, guess what? Even when you do get rid of all of those players and everything, a guy like Zach Sieler, he could be the one that the one veteran you hold over to usher these young guys into winning football because he's shown that he's have that kind of pedigree and that mindset. So you could get rid of.
But at 30 years old though.
Yes, it is. Lou, those are the guys you pay them now, right? Because think about this.
I don't know about paying a 30-year-old access to 22+ million.
Why not?
Because he's 30 years old. What are you talking about?
Well, he's not 30 yet. He's not 30. He has he slowed down? So we just going based on age, or I thought we were going based on production.
And that's fine. But now, what did you just say 5 minutes ago? The argument you made. Okay, I'm paying him for the future. So the argument you just had.
I never said I'm paying for the future.
You said you're paying. When we were talking about Waddle, I was illustrating what he did, and you were like, "Well, he got paid, and then what did he do after?" Who? I don't care.
Hold on. Oh, stop right there. Hold on. Break that down. Hold on. No. Because you saying future, and you're wrong. I told you what has already happened. He got paid, and he had a season afterward. We ain't talk about the future. We talk about the past.
Now, well, cool. Maybe
that's different. Don't switch up my words because I chose the
wise.
well,
that's fine. Okay, well, that's fine.
I've never said anyone about the future.
Again, that's fine. Cool. Maybe the Dolphins are looking at it, and they're looking at it just like you did, Tone. They got a notepad, and they wrote on all these players, and they're like, man, what happens if I pay Jack Tyler $22 million, and he folds like the rest of them? Maybe they ain't in the business, because maybe they're looking at it and was like, well, we made Jalen Ramsey. We got him, and we paid him, and he's been trash. Oh, well, we paid Waddle, and he was trash. Oh, we paid Tua, and he wasn't worth it. Oh, we paid this. Maybe they're looking at it, and they're like, well, if we pay Zach Sieler, is he going to be worth it? Right? Could that not be an option? That's not what you want to hear. I'm just saying, could that be an option?
You could say whatever you want. I'm going based off the production.
You're going based on past production, not what he's going to do.
Right. The same way I went on.
But you had a problem with the past argument with the Waddle past production. You had a problem.
I never had. Hold on. Stop. Don't do that. I've never had a problem. I said, if I'm from Zach Sieler, once Waddle, when I gave you the past production, Waddle had his best season in 2022, not 2023. Right? When Tua, because that was a rebuttal to your argument why he had his worst season last year, because you said his quarterback missed 6 games. I say, well, his best season, he missed 4 or 5 games. That was my rebuttal to that. Hold on.
And again, that's fine. Waddle has 3,000-yard seasons in 4 seasons.
Right. And I'm not mad at you paying him. I'm giving you a track record of people getting paid, right? And why is Zach Sieler getting paid? That's what I'm giving you a track record of. He shouldn't be left out of that equation, is what I'm all saying. I ain't said I didn't. The only ones when I said that wasn't worth it was was Tua, Ramsey. I ain't even bring up Odell yet. Bradley Chubb. When we got the Waddle, I said I'm not even too much mad at it. But once he got his paycheck because he put on, right? Give him them 2 years that he put on. Zach Sieler got 2 years that he put on as well, right? He shouldn't be left out, is what I'm saying. He shouldn't have to wait for Ramsey. He shouldn't have you to go get numbers and say, well, what if you don't? What do you mean? What if you don't? Y'all didn't have that same energy for Waddle, Tyreek, Tua. The biggest what if you don't was Tua. So what I'm saying from a Zach Sieler standpoint, you can't come to me with that. After you pay someone like Tua, after you pay someone like Armstead, that before he got here, he never had a full season. After you pay someone like Ramsey, right? You want to talk about what if the dude got injured as soon as you got him here, and you paid him after that season.
I mean that's fine. All I'm saying is the Dolphins could be using the approach of, and I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, to your point, you're highlighting all the Dolphin mistakes after paying these players. Maybe the Dolphins are feeling the same way about Zach Sieler.
But you can't. How? Based on what?
Because maybe they don't think that the future is like that.
But
I'm saying I don't agree with it.
Lou, but I'm saying though, you cannot come to I'm Zach or whoever. You can't come with a weak argument like that for Zach Sieler. With the production, like, listen, you're talking to. Let me tell you who you're talking to right now.
You don't want it. You ain't listening right now, Tom.
Yeah, I'm telling you why. You saying that's the approach that they should that they probably taking, right? And I'm telling you,
they could. There's a possibility that could be the approach they're taking.
And I'm telling you why that's the complete
because
damn
of his production in past seasons. But that production is not showing up in 2025. They can't guarantee that.
So let me ask you a question. I'm glad you said that. So out of all the people I said got paid, how many of them could you have guaranteed their production the year after?
Nobody.
So that's why you can't come to Sieler with that dumbass argument.
And
how you gonna come to the most productive person on your team?
Tone.
I mean on your defense.
Tone, I'm not saying I agree with it. What I'm saying is they are probably looking they're probably like, damn, that dude over there with the red shirt on the blitz pickup, he's highlighting all of our mistakes. I'm not about to make another one.
You are about to make another one, but not signing the one consistent player.
All right, cool.
That's the one you choose not to. Well, no, not the one because Robert Hunt was consistent. So I give you that. You get what I'm saying?
But again, listen. That's why I wanted to see what we were actually trying to get into, because you brought up Austin Jackson, and is Austin Jackson worth the money? If we're going to be honest, forget about your feelings. I don't care about feelings. I'm not talking about you, Tom. I'm just saying in general, right? I don't care about feelings. Is Austin Jackson worth his contract? Yes, he is. Absolutely. Do you know what starting tackles are making? Look what Austin Jackson is making, and you telling me a starting caliber tackle, right, is not worth that money?
No, not one that don't be on the field.
Would you rather be paying Austin Jackson top 3 offensive tackle money or what he's making now?
I wouldn't. He could have waited and got.
I'm asking
got
you.
Would you
like
neither one? I would not. Neither one.
Top 5 money.
No, neither
one. Would you rather have him? Would you rather pay him top 5 tackle money, Tone, or the money that he's making?
Neither one, Luke. No, you can't ask me to give him something that I don't
You know
want.
what? Just get the
wait. Was he worth top 5 tackle? Hold on. Since when do you pay a guy that hasn't been healthy top 5 money? Please explain to me the logic behind that. So, see, this is the argument you have for Tua, which is why you was wrong about the same. I'll be telling these people the same thing about these injured players, and they showing you who they are. You can't take away the production that he gave you. You can't take away all the injuries. He's showing you he get injured every year.
All right, cool.
And we still try to overlook those and say, well, everyone else in the league is getting paid. So what? They not on our team. And I'm quite sure most of those guys are on the field for more than 12 and 13 games a season.
Well, Zach Sieler needs to take a pay cut then because he missed 2 games last season.
Oh, okay, cool.
He can't get paid when he won because he missed. Ain't that what you said? He missed 2 games last season.
No.
He missed 2 games.
See, this is what. Okay, first of all,
did he not? Stop me when I lied. Stop me when I did. He not miss 2 games last season?
I'm gonna start where you lied at. You trying to equate one season, right? Because this is what you do with the weak argument.
I'm going by his last season.
Hold on. You said stop where you lied, so I'm gonna stop you. So stop. So the dude that I told you get injured every single season.
I don't know nothing.
So you're gonna try to pick one.
You
got much. You remember what I said? My argument is always based on what? Consistency. These people are consistently injured. This guy is consistently consistent. He doesn't fall off. So that's not the same argument you have with Zach Sieler.
Who knows that Zach Sieler, the missing 2 games last season is not the start of a new trend that he's going to start missing games. You messing with the right one up here, Tone. You know that. You know you messing with the right one.
He started trends. That's what you say. He started trends. So let me ask you. So let me ask you a question.
That's all I'm saying.
So you don't think? So take away your argument. Said you don't think Zach Sieler should get paid. That's what you're telling me.
Did I just say 18 to 20 million?
Your argument sound like you said he should get paid. You switched middle of the argument. You said he should take a pay cut. That's what you just said.
First of all, can I talk to Jess real quick? Jess, did I not say 18 to 20 million?
No.
You sure did.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
When did you say 18 million? 18
I brought up when we started talking about, because again, I thought Jess asked the appropriate question. I think we all agree he's outplayed his contract, and I think we all agree that he deserves a pay raise going up from $12.5 million. We get it. I'm saying that pay raise should be anywhere from $6 to $8 million a year. I'm saying give Zach Sieler 18 to 20 million. When you start getting in the 22, 23, 24, I'm sorry, it's not about that. No.
Oh yeah, but we didn't say hey, that's a fire sign. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm so glad.
Hey, can you put that up real quick again, Jess? Let me see that one more time. Lewis 1, Tony 9. I like that. I agree. I agree with that.
I like that too. I mean, I just like to remind people it was like that last year until I hit y'all with this Zach Sieler argument. So I just want y'all to keep the same, because and y'all know Lewis go rough from y'all as soon as I light him up. So I just want y'all to keep the same energy, because y'all know how it goes, right? So what I was saying, because you said you did say 18, and I never said don't pay him 18 to 20 million. What I said is he shouldn't have to wait for it, even if it's 18 to 20 million, right? Why is he waiting on it? What's the holdup? This is what I'm trying to figure out. What's the holdup? It's obvious. Well, to me, it's obvious.
My general manager is playing hardball. That's why.
Right, and that's what my issue is. You can play hardball, right? Come on, you don't play hardball with a dude like that, because guess what now, Lou? With all of this that you were saying, right? Play hardball. What do that say to all the rest of the players in the locker room, especially your young new talent? Your young new talent. What message are you sending to them? The one dude, I ain't gonna say the one dude, but the main focal, right? The one that everyone knows, come in, does everything right. Everything right. You're gonna play hardball with that dude. So what incentive, if those players pan out and start to beat them, what incentive are they gonna have to say, you know what?
Can I ask you a question?
To work with you.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. All right, cool. Now, you believe Jonnu Smith should get an extension?
Nah, not really. He only got one
year.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Your words, not mine. Why are you playing hardball with a dude that came in and has done everything right?
No, he didn't. And
has been productive. Show me where Jonnu Smith wasn't productive. Show me where he caused any problems in the locker room. Show me where he didn't do everything right since he's been a Miami Dolphin. I'll wait.
Okay, cool. Stop there and wait. So let me reiterate what I just told you. My arguments are always based on consistency. You keep giving me these one-hit wonders. You gave me one. Hold on. No. You said stop you. I'm stopping you when you're wrong. You gave me Zach Sieler 1 year that he finally missed 2 games with an eye. He finished that season, by the way, right? And now you want to give me 1 year with Jonnu Smith, right? You give me 1 year again. You keep on with these 1 year things. You know who else gave you 1 year and they signed them? Tua Tagovailoa. You remember you was out there telling everybody he earned that money for 1 year?
Hey, Jess, you see how he always goes back to Tua? You see that, right?
No, I went back to 3.
No. You see that, right? All right, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well, what about John? I just gave you Jonnu. You just skipped over to Jonnu. I gave you Jonnu with 1 year. Jonnu gave you 1 year. I don't get it. That's all they got to do. 1 year, one. I just gave you Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was here for 1 year. You paid him. He followed up with the worst season. So Zach Sieler has been consistent since he's been here.
Okay, all right.
And you're gonna pay all them.
Didn't you say you just said a minute ago that you were saying like what kind of like what message does that send to the rest of the team, right?
Yes.
Okay, so couldn't you just argue that that message would be that this is a business?
Yes, that is, and that's what I said. So they will have
so even if you're doing well or you're not. I mean, if you're looking at the Dolphins from an outside point of view, the rest of us have all been saying for months, we're trying to change the culture. This is a business. Even if you're doing well, you could still get out of here.
And that is now what type. Now who's going to want to come play here?
Got him. We fucking got
him. That was good. Now, so who?
Oh. That was good, Tone. Is that it? It was only
that
good?
Was good. See, you should have went crazy like I went crazy when they did you last year. I'm not helping you with your reactions. I'm not.
Jess is doing a great job. Hey, first of all, let me say again, Jess, for being episode 2, you are doing a fantastic job out here killing Tone, man. You doing a great job, Jess.
Okay, good. Now, let me ask you the question. Yes, this is a business. Now, you understand, right? Like, for instance, let's go to the guy, like, let's say Tom Brady. You know that was so consistent because he was willing to take pay cuts the whole time. You get what I'm saying? Work with the team. You get what I'm saying? So this is a give or take. That's why I'm pointing out the consistency that he had and all the people that y'all paid. They not giving you the consistency that I have, right? And I'm the one you're gonna play hardball with when you just got a new dude in the building, in Jalen Ramsey, right? He got injured his first year, played half a season, and you made him the highest paid quarterback.
Brown, shout out. Something came in my head. Something came in my head, and it just like really just. Lou said that you love to circle back to Tua, so I really wanted to ask you. So is Tua going to take a pay cut, or is he going to say, "Show me the money again"?
Who Tua? Why would they pay? See, and that that would be a slap in Zach Sieler face. You gonna pay? So let me get this right. This is what y'all want to do. Let me get this right. So I want to make this clear. So y'all giving me arguments, right? Because Lewis gave me Jonnu Smith one good season, right? You just brought back up Tua one season. I get one healthy season. I wouldn't even say a good season. It wasn't a bad season. Tua 1-4 season, right? And a good season. I gave you Jalen Ramsey 1/2 of a season. These are the guys that getting paid, and y'all saying that that's cool. Zach Sieler should look at that and say, "Hey, listen, man, that's cool. I mean, don't worry about that, bro. This is a business." Because last time I checked, Jalen Ramsey faked the injury to get paid. So is that the message you sending to everyone? In order to get paid by the Dolphins, you have to get injured, you have to fake an injury, and you have to not show up in training camp. Maybe that's why he acts the way he is, because they're the only people that tend to get paid here.
First of all, Jess, you must be really doing a good job up here, because whoever this Doc Brown guy is, I don't know who it is. I ain't never heard of him before. I don't even think I've seen him before. Shout out to you. You must be a big fan of Jess, but he says Jess is carrying the show. And hey man, listen, shout out to again whoever this is. Tone, you know who that is?
That's my man, Doc Brown. Yes, don't be doing Doc like that.
Well, salute.
Hey, ain't no disrespect to Doc. Hey, that's a good point. I did say that, Cap. It's not even a full year they paid him. Like for real, it wasn't even a full year they paid Ramsey. But anyways, I told you I was gonna yell at a couple of people. We already 38 minutes in. I told you it was gonna last long because I still got a bunch of names there because Chase Edmonds, I didn't even get him. They paid him. But anyways, I know we got other.
Look at this man.
I'm going down the line of all these people y'all paying, and this is the one you want to. All right, cool. Stop playing with me, bro. But I know we got other topics to get into. But I just wanted to point that out. How many people? I'm gonna leave that name alone because they're gonna make me go right down another rabbit hole of someone that got paid and how they worst season right after they got a contract. I mind you. Let me end with this. Zach Sieler took a team-friendly deal and responded with a better season. I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
You said you were about to go down what?
A rabbit hole.
Wait, I do have one question though. If you can make it short, does Sieler have no red flags to you?
I don't see a red flag. The best you could give me is that he had the eye injury and he came back in two games. Maybe someone could give me a red flag.
Lou.
That he's 30 years old.
I'll give you that, Lou. I won't even. You know what I'm saying? I won't even say that.
That's the only red flag, bro.
Yeah,
that's the only one. It's age, right? And again, we all know now D tackles kind of play later on in the career, and I'm not saying that. To your point, Tone, Zach Sieler has not fell off, right? And again, I'm willing to pay him. I want Zach Sieler here. I think he's a foundational piece. You like how I threw that out, Tone? Foundational piece, right?
Foundation.
Like I do believe he's a foundational piece, and I'm willing to give him a pay raise. I just think the Dolphins do have to be a little cautious to the people, like, again, that want to just give Christian Wilkins what he wants. Tone, you were in that space. You heard. Just give Zach Sieler what he wants. I think we have to be careful in that front because, nah, bro, the Dolphins can't be in the business of just giving players what they want, because that's, to your point, Tone, of this whole exercise. They gave Tua what he wanted. They gave Tyreek what he wanted. They gave Jalen Ramsey what he wanted. All that shit failed. So all I'm saying is, from the Dolphin perspective, looking at it, well, again, I'm willing to play ball. I'm just maybe, and again, we don't know. We love Zach Sieler, right? And we can say he's not like that. But who knows if Zach Sieler is, to your point, Tone, last contract at his 30. This is probably the last one. Maybe he is. Could there be a possibility where he's pricing himself out of Miami?
Now that could be a possibility.
No.
First of all, don't hop for Game Boy 305. My shout out to Game Boy 305.
No. First of all, Game Boy 305. You know, usually you're my guy, and I agree with a lot of what Game Boy says. But we cannot give Zach Sieler that same contract because supposedly, Mr. Rings said Tyler Hero is going to be a heat lifer, and he's getting like $400 million. So
hey, Game Boy 305, that's the best Tyler Hero comment you had since you've been here, my man. That's the only time I agree with you on your Tyler Hero take. That is a fact. But no, Lou, to your point, that I was saying is Zach Sieler understand that as well. He's like 29, right? This is his last opportunity to get a major contract. Time is ticking on him. You understand? I just feel like listen, I reward consistency, and I'm pissed off at them reward people that haven't been consistent. Throw outside, you could get rid of the two that I said. You could get rid of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, right? I'm not mad at you. I won't even cry over those. No, I'm not even going to complain about those, right? But the rest of them, no. Everyone else, they got paid, and then they remember we paid Ali Ingle. He was nowhere to be found after he got paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God, we paid Jason Sanders. He had his worst season after he got his contract, right? So that's all I'm saying. But if you look on both sides, right, you have to understand the Dolphins can't make those mistakes. I'm just here to advocate for Zach Sieler. Like, man, this is not the one you set that example with. You know, you set that example with Ramsey, Jonnu. If you want to do Tyreek, but you know. That was it. But go ahead, Jess. I know
you got his jersey? Huh? I'm just curious. You got his jersey?
Zach Sieler?
Yeah.
They don't have it in the stadium. Matter of fact, I could get it online, though. I can most definitely get it online. Hey, listen, after they did that, I told you I wouldn't buy no more Dolphin merch. It's straight blitz pickup from here on, man. For real. Well, what else? What you got for us, Jess, man?
All right, so let's move on. So let's talk about these OTAs. I gotta try to be careful with my words here, so I'm gonna pass it to Lou this time. But you know, I don't know. You might need a break. You were kind of going off there, so let's go to Lou this time. So Lou, I just want to hear what you have to say about the past 2 days of OTAs. I mean, they practicing in the rain. Does that mean anything to you? I'm just curious.
Lou love weather. Lou love weather.
I did read a story that Tua Tagovailoa. Now I just want to say pause before I say this, right? Because I know how Tony gets, right? So, but the story said, and I quote, Tua handled the wet balls very well. Didn't I say pause, Jess? Did I not say pause, Jess?
Yeah, that was you.
Did I not say pause?
Oh boy.
I'm just telling you that y'all brought up weather. Y'all know I don't care about weather. Y'all know I don't care about none of that.
I was just curious if you thought that was a culture change. We playing in the rain.
Nah, there ain't no culture change. that has nothing to do with culture change. I would say no. Now, do I think that they should be practicing outside when it's raining? Absolutely, because I'm sure sometime this season they're going to be playing in some kind of rainy weather, right? Whether it's in Miami or somewhere else. So I do like the fact, and I know me and Tone have talked about these kind of situations before. I know he highlights the Baltimore Ravens. I think it was either raining or snowing, and they were talking about going inside, and Ray Lewis was like, why are you taking us inside? We're going to have to play in this. I look at this example the same way. Like, why, if Mike McDaniel or the Dolphins, if it's raining outside, practice in it. Because you're going to have to play in it. It just makes sense being from a team in South Florida from that standpoint, asking the weather. Now, you brought up what's been going on in OTAs. Tone, you were in the Twitter space earlier today. Boy, it was a hot topic, and people are ready to jump off the bridge, boy. You say anything about the QB2 competition. Now, what's crazy to me, Tone, before I start, is for the last 5 years of Tua Tagovailoa as the starting quarterback, everybody in this fan base has wanted a legitimate, good backup quarterback.
Except for Andrevius.
So what is wrong? Because last week the beat reporters, because I think the beat reporters only get to go to OTA practices at least once a week.
Hey Lou, hold on. I'm sorry. Mike Best, I hope you're not asking him to elaborate on that pause-worthy statement he made.
First of all, I said pause before I said it.
But he wants you to elaborate. It's kind of wild, though. If he wants you,
I mean, yeah, that's more wild than the statement I said. Yeah, that's more wild.
You want to elaborate? No.
No. Yeah, we ain't elaborating on that.
Go ahead.
I don't think YouTube would like that much.
Yeah. That's crazy. But from the Zach Wilson conversation, because I think the beat reporters can only go to one training camp practice a week or whatever, or whenever it is. Let's say 2 or whatever. So last week, Omar Kelly and Alan Pupar, shout out to those gentlemen, right? They come out and say that the quarterback 2 competition, especially with Zach Wilson, it didn't look good, right? It looked like he was hesitant on a couple throws, that there was guys there when it flashed. Because, again, this offense, a West Coast system, it's all about rhythm, timing, anticipation. And it looked like he was a little bit hesitant, right? That's what they reported that last week. Nobody said nothing. Oh, he's trash. We told y'all this, that, and the third. All right, cool. Now, all of a sudden, this week, Tone, shout out to Alan Pupar on the All Dolphins podcast he did with Chris Perkins yesterday. He said, right, Zach Wilson had some throws yesterday, right, that the team was like, whoa. They all went crazy. They started celebrating, going crazy. They said he looked better, right? I bring that up today in the Twitter space, Tone and Jess. They go crazy.
They went berserk.
They went crazy. Now, the question I would ask is why? Because I thought we want a backup quarterback, because we all know. Again, let me knock on wood. Right? I don't want Tua to get hurt. I don't think no one wants Tua to get hurt. But if he does, wouldn't you want, if you're a real Dolphin fan and you do have aspirations of this team, maybe winning the division, winning a playoff game, just winning in general? The backup would probably have to do some part of that, right?
Possibly, yeah.
So why, Tone, and I'll throw it to you, why do you think everybody was in an uproar that Zach Wilson had a good day of practice yesterday?
That's the two in their section. Yeah, they always get in their feelings. I think once they get on this team, we should be rooting for everyone on this team. That's just how I look at it. We shouldn't be. He want to. Oh God.
I wasn't supposed to put that comment up. Is that what? Oh. Hey, chat. You see? Hey. Now over here at the Blitz Pickup, we highlight a lot of chats. This, that, and the third. Now Tony has a problem highlighting comments. Oh, okay.
You know what? Right on time, because I just got that. Yeah, okay, I got you. But yeah, I don't know what that means. We listen, man. We the cardiac cats, so I ain't worried about it. But listen, once the players are on this team, we should root for hope for what's best for all of them, the backup included. I mean, him having a good throw or good practice should have no why should Tua be mad about that? Why should we feel? Are they intimidated? Do they feel like maybe Zach Wilson gonna take Tua's position? I don't think that's possible. That's not even possible. We know even if he outplays Tua in OTAs and training camp, Tua is the starter. They paid them like that, so that's what's going to happen. So I would never get or understand why people get mad if people are let them root for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're in your feelings and you don't want to, because I see Mike Best say, I think he was mad because they were glossing on Zach Wilson over stuff that Tua does every day but get hated on. I don't think Tua get hated on if he make good throws. If it's not, they overhype it. It'd be all over Twitter. Let them make a dime. That thing is all over Twitter. You can't them pictures have over 1 million. I mean, them videos have over 1 million views within seconds or minutes, right? So, I mean, I don't see why people get mad because someone praised Zach Wilson for having a good throw. Cool. That's what we want. Anyways, everyone stepped their game up.
I think when I said in the Twitter space that again, I want people to understand what I mean by this. Let's say if I had a narrative I wanted to push or an agenda that I wanted to push, I could lie to make up whatever story I wanted to push that agenda or narrative. Tony could do it. Jess could do it. We could all do it. The fact of the matter is, Tone and Jess, I made the statement of, you know who you can't lie to out of anything?
The players in that locker room.
The players in that locker room. And when I heard Alan Poupart and Omar Kelly both say that the team went crazy when they seen certain throws, this and that, what happens if these days do continue? And that chatter in that locker room goes from one guy to two guys to 2 to 4 to 4 to 6. And then by the time you look up, it's 23 guys talking about, hey, man, Zach Wilson is out here balling. You know what that causes? Mutiny. That causes picking and choosing. Is all I'm saying. And I'm going to be honest, Tone and Jess. Yesterday, watching the All Dolphins podcast with Alan Poupart and Chris Perkins, when Alan said that, you know what my initial thought was?
What?
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah! See, Judge, that's the problem right there. He already trying to create.
Was that not good? Was that not good?
He already trying to create division in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got to deal with over every day. See, now I got to sound like the people out there. Now you get happy with 3 little throws. Now, 3 goddamn throws in OTA, and we already got our hopes up. You know what? I'm about to start acting like a 2-0 on this channel. I'm sorry. Hey, but listen, man.
That was some perfect timing right there, though. You got to admit, that was good.
It was all right. You know what I'm saying? He said, Lord, no matter what Zach Wilson does, he want to impress the team more than what Tua does. See, there you go. There go the division. You see? You done started already. Started division. But I don't think it was a big deal. Lou, they should put, bro, Darren, show them. First of all, let's put this out there, right? We understand when it comes to a physical standpoint, and being in a skill set and tools, sorry, but Zach Wilson is born with a strong arm. So when he starts throwing his footballs, they are going to look, he's going to make some pretty passes. Can you do it in game time and consistently? You know, but if you thought for a second that he wasn't going to wow a couple of players or wow a couple of coaches with his arm talent and beautiful passes, well, how you thought he became the 2nd overall pick? By making throws like that and impressing people. So I'm not surprised.
Now, see, this is the part of the show where I start to get a little messy. Right? When Mike Best down here says, let me get it. Allen is the biggest Tua hater out there, so you guys got to take him with a grain of salt. Okay, cool. Again, like I said, I'm willing to play all these games with everybody. But you know who's also to a guy? Travis Wingfield. And everything Travis Wingfield says, y'all run with it like it's gospel. There's other Dolphin podcasts, right, that go on that they're big Tua guys. Y'all take that for Billy Gospel as well. And you know who else is a big Tua guy? Kyle Krabs. Now, I've never once heard Mike Bess say we got to take Kyle Krabs with a grain of salt. I've never heard that. But now all of a sudden, because Allen is a supposed Tua hater, we got to take his word with a grain of salt. All right, cool.
Yeah, man. He said, "Hey, listen, man. I don't listen. Listen. The OTAs, we understand that. It's not a big deal. Lewis might be enamored by the throws here and there, but yeah, I'm not. I mean, I expect this type of thing. It's the same thing as the Underwear Olympics. They're not even in shoulder pads and you know what I'm saying, helmet. So I get it. This is when everyone, especially the quarterback, look good. They all look phenomenal, or at least they attempt to. So that's cool. But what else? What we got, Jeff?
Well, if you want to move on to the next topic, we could talk about trenches.
See now. Trenches.
I'm out.
I'm gonna say the trenches is Lewis' specialty. So you might. No, listen. I really wanted to, and we didn't got that much time. Well, I really wanted to bring this point right because I think, and I want to know this. I really wanted to ask, based on what we have, right, offense and defensively, do y'all think we got enough in the trenches, or are we basically in the same position we've been every offseason? If we really take a look at it. Because I always been on here for the longest of time, pointing out how good the starting offensive line have been every season Mike McDaniel has been here. We had the front line was good, more than serviceable. My nigga.
Uh-oh.
You feel me?
You know what time it is, baby.
Yes, sir. But it always looked good. But shouldn't we focus more on the depth and the backups? Do we think we have we upgraded in those positions? That's really what that's why are the critics are trenches good enough? Because one thing we know, more often than not, we're gonna depend on our backups to play a significant role when it comes to the offensive line. The trenches on both sides are our backups, and I'm talking about offense and defense. Because if you ask me, no, I don't think so. Like, who's the backup tackle to Patrick Paul? Keon Smith?
Either Keon Smith or the kid we brought in from Chicago, that Borum or whoever, however you say his name.
Yeah, Borum. Didn't they say he put him at guard?
I think that's the plan, but again, he played tackle in the Bears, so.
Right. I'll do you one better. Who's the backup center?
Eichenberg, baby.
So, okay, so now who's the backup right tackle?
Let me give me a minute. I would say Borum as well. Swing. And he goes both ways. He goes both ways, dog.
What about so we got two. What about the two guards? Who are left guard and right guard then? Left guard, right guard. We got the starters. James Daniels and Jonas Savaitia.
You got Liam and you got
Liam center and the guard. Okay.
Yeah.
We know he play all over the right.
1 through 5.
1 through 5. All right, cool. Who
else? Hey man, free agency ain't done yet, man.
Is it Isaiah Will back here? Isaiah Wynn back?
I think he's still available though.
I'm just saying. When I looked at it, I started thinking like, yo, we out here thinking we did it. We made it, baby. We upgraded the trenches. I'm like, on the opposite side, I'm very listen. Think about this now. I just want to think we depend on James Daniels. He's coming off an injury, and a rookie to play the other guard. I think we need. Listen, long story short, I think we need to bring some more depth pieces in. I don't think they should stop right here. We need. Go ahead.
You brought up that Zach Sieler ain't at training camp. You know who also is not at OTAs? James Danner.
But they were saying, I did hear that they don't know if he fully recovered. Is there any?
I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying, even if you're not fully recovered, shouldn't you be out there though?
Yeah, that is true. And it's your first season, so you should be in everything.
That's what I'm saying. Shouldn't you be there?
Yeah, I ain't even think about that.
Mm.
That is a good point, Lou. I ain't even got that in my note. He's not there.
No, he's not there.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning. I'm telling you right now, that's a bit concerning. I think now we all know. I don't know if we realistically speaking. If I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but we both within the 7 to 9 range with this team as far as wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason that I'm like, I'm not too concerned with it, and I'm not gonna be too worried about it. But it is something to take a look at, and someone we might need to look into as far as if these players start to get injured. Guess what they're gonna start doing? Bringing them people back off the street like they were doing last time, and it can start looking ugly and not even competitive. Listen, I don't mind losing. Like when we went 1-15, we was competitive in every game. But if you come here and tell me they're gonna get the flow mopped up with them, but I'm not gonna be investing in going to these games. You know what I'm saying? And go watch them get the flow mopped up with them. I think they need to bring someone in, and I got the same. Well, not too much on the defensive side. It's more along the edge rushing side. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much we could depend on Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. And I mean, outside of Chop, what edge rusher do we trust on this team?
What edge rusher
do we trust? Yeah.
Well, what's his name? Grayson Murphy or whatever.
Yeah, didn't they stash him last season? Grayson Murphy.
They stashed him last season.
I heard he's been flashing in OTAs too. He's been flashing.
I heard the same thing. He's flashing. What was the other one that got hurt last year? Not the one we stashed, the one that got hurt.
We keep on forgetting this doggone dude name. But I know who you talk about. Yes, I know you talk about. Everyone was big on him. Doing it often. He was flashing every game, every single game.
He was projected to be the starter.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we keep forgetting that thing on dude name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
You still got Mo Camara,
but we don't know if we can trust
coming back. You got Cameron Good coming back.
Yeah.
I think that D line is stacked. I'm not worried about the D line.
You think? But I'm talking about so you think they got enough depth that you could trust them?
Yeah.
So you more comfortable with the defensive side of the trenches than the offense. But the offensive side is a big cause of concern. Like, I'm sorry.
1,000%. Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to make decisions on the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna be able to bring all of them in. And I just don't know if I should be comfortable enough, and I don't know if I could be confident in their approach to say where they finally understand that you need to invest in that offensive line more than just get the starters right and then we'll figure out the backups. That's my what I'm trying to figure out. Like, they should be doing way more with the depth because that has been our downfall. And I don't know if I'm comfortable enough to say that they've proven us wrong as far as saying, oh, we adjusted. Y'all went and got Jonah, cool. They bought, okay, what is that backup? Everyone was saying he's pretty good. The backup from Eastern Michigan. Oh, he's a tackle. The backup tackle. Oh, he was an undrafted guy. They were like he fit the scene. Well, basically that doesn't wow me anyway. That don't move me. You know what I'm saying? You bringing people in. Bell, there you go, Quinn Bell. Mike,
it's Quinn Bell. That's who it is. Yeah. Quinn Bell.
Yeah, Quinn Bell.
That's another one.
Yeah, but that's all I really wanted. I wanted to put that little thought into everyone's brain to don't forget about these trenches. The job is not done, in my opinion. Job is not done. They need to, especially on the offensive side, they need to do something, bro. Like really do something.
You see, Jess, you see, Tony is an undercover Tuanir. That man, this is the second time on the show where he highlights the offensive line is not going to be that good. He's going to give my man Batman and all these other ones this excuse, right? Now they'll be crying that the offensive line. You'll hear him in Twitter Spaces talking about, "Oh, did you hear Tony at the Blitz pickup say that the offensive line was trash? I told you."
I ain't say. Oh no, I said they trash.
You see, that's how it works.
No, I said they trash.
Oh, that's crazy, man. I can't believe
you
out here telling
they
the offensive line is trash.
They twisted and be like, "Oh, he said they were trash. We need to do." I didn't say trash. Now one time, yo, Dave, what's up, Dave? You see Dave in the building? What's good? But no, I'm good, man. What's up, Judge? Listen, man. The Vamos Gato this on. I know, y'all want to go hour and 30, but I got. I'm saying, gotta go. I gotta go.
I just got one more question for you. I mean, you can make this quick.
Here you go with the questions, man.
Yeah. Get them, Jess.
So, when it comes to Tyreek, are you open to trading him? Like this year, not next year. This year.
Who?
Or like, would you listen to it?
Me or Lewis?
Both of you.
But we only can tell. We can't. All right, I'm gonna go.
One of you go first.
Me, see now. I said this before. Hey, listen. Hey, Lou. You know how we were saying that contract. He led the league 17,000 2 years back to back. I got a scenario for you, my brother.
All right.
Week 9. Now week 8. No. 7. Let's go week 7. Week 7. Tyreek is sitting at 980 yards. Let's say he got 5 touchdowns. But we're 3-4. You trying to move him at the trade deadline?
Yeah.
Even though we right there just a game behind 500?
Yeah,
500, I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm moving him.
You was ready to get rid. I didn't know I asked you. You ready to get rid of him 2 years ago, man.
Like what are we talking about?
You was ready to get now, okay, cool.
Now, but hold on real quick. Because the other day's conversation, right, when we were talking about Jonnu Smith, what did you say? You rather get something for Jonnu Smith than let him walk and get nothing.
That is a fact.
Who believes that Tyreek Hill, with a $51 million cap hit next season, is going to be on the Dolphins roster?
No one believes that. That's a great point.
If that's the case, trade him, get something for him, because to Tony's point about Jonnu, he's not going to be here next year anyway. You might as well get something for him than not, right?
Yeah, that is a fact. I can't never put back on those type of arguments. That is at the end of the day. So, but if he, I threw those stats out. What do you think that'll be worth though in the open market? You think a team would give us a second rounder for that?
For what? In your scenario, he has like 900 some yards.
980 at week 7, 3 games in. That's over 100. What that 1 point, whatever that is, a game.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's going to be hard to get it because what Jess was highlighting, the other day or a little bit earlier, not the other day, was her highlighting earlier. It's the off-field antics with like Tyreek, right?
But remember, I said
that was my second point to this. Like, also, do you think he might be a problem this year? Like, will his off-season antics come back? Because he's been talking a lot and he's trying to make it seem like he's a changed person. But do we think that he's going to be? Do you think this will last? Do you think he's going to continue this all season? Because I don't.
I think
go ahead. If the season is going good, no issues. If the season, and let me not even say the season. If Tyreek is getting 9 catches for 137 yards and a touchdown, no issues. If Tyreek is getting 4 catches for 37 yards and no touchdowns, we're going to have problems. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this point, I think Tyreek is all about numbers, right? He's trying to cement his legacy as one of them guys. And, that's the easiest way I can say it. If he's getting up numbers, if he's putting up numbers, happy. If he's not, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, and that's why I threw those numbers out. Like he got like 980 after, going into week 8. That means he's averaging like 120 something a game or somewhere around that number. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, he's 6-1 though. So that's why I was like, okay, he's been productive, so he's not going to be disgruntled, right? And I already said, Drew Rosenhaus is in his ear. Listen, we need you on your best behavior. They not bringing you back next season. You understand? So we need a team that's willing to take a chance on you to see the good Tyreek, the changed Tyreek, the Tyreek that's coming out saying all the right things. And they were like, well, we know that might not be true, but them 980 right now in 7 games, we bring that production over here. That could be the player to push us over the hump, i.e. what the Rams did with Odell Beckham towards the end of the season when they brought him in to go on that Super Bowl run. So yeah, I'm willing. Listen. We know for a fact Tyreek is not going to be on this team next season. That is a foregone conclusion, right? And Lou, to your point, I always point this out. Get something for him. Do not let him walk off for nothing, because at this point his contract is not up. So you're gonna have to move him somehow, some way. So yeah. Let's build his production up and get him up out the building. I think that would be the best course of action. But we know we can't trust this front office yet. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you the benefit of the doubt anymore. So yeah, but now I'm for sure open. I'm hoping he have that type of season and go ahead and get him up out the building. If Tyreek has 980 yards going into week 8, all that means is that Wilson is balling for us. It's 2 we be out at the week 3. Yo, Jose Valdez is wild.
We and Tony was speaking for himself. I trust Chris Greer, by the way. I don't know what Tony talking about.
Now you're agreeing there. All right, say less.
I've been agreeing there.
Oh, it hasn't gotten to this time yet, but I'm just saying when it does, whether it's week 3 or week 8, you will see me on the show.
Oh, shout out to yo, hey, dude, why should I always turn on you at the end of the show?
Look, man, I don't like the fact that it's the second episode and just working out here with props and all kind of shit. I'm just telling you that.
Oh, but it was cool with that sound back there. Hey, but that sound back there, y'all see the sound back there. It was cool when she put that down there, right?
I don't like nothing about that right there.
Hey, but listen, man, that's all we got. What you got, Jess? That's it, right?
That's all I got for today.
Oh, shucks. All right, you want to get us out of here, man? I'm trying to make this game. It's
time to go.
Y'all ready? Lou, you were trying to get us about what? Jess, you got something? Hold on. You got something to get off each other before we get out of here, man?
No, I'm chilling.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fall back today.
You ain't got another headshot for Lou before we get up out of here.
A headshot for Lou?
I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't like the sound behind her. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Looking at that sign, she ain't taking enough shots at you today. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy, man.
All right, we good. Lou, get us up out of here, man.
Hey, it's the Blitz pickup. We'll be back Friday, 7:30-ish. Hopefully Jess don't come with no more goddamn props, because that shit is getting a little out of control. We're gonna let Tony get out of here and watch. Again, some team that plays somewhere down there in Sunrise. Mm-hmm. Friday, 7:30-ish is the Blitz pickup. Hold on real quick. I haven't been on the camera for a while, so let me.
Oh boy.
Revolver. Bang, 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 bang.